Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
This is Herflow from Hot 702.5 FM. Las Vegas, looking for a winner-takes-all way to burn off that extra energy? Welcome to Bouncy World, the ultimate climate-controlled indoor playground. We're stacking the deck with specials all week long. Cool off with Frosty Tuesdays featuring ice-cold treats for the kids, then join us for free popcorn Thursdays, because nothing beats a salty snack after a giant bounce. And at Bouncy World, we believe every child deserves their moment to soar. Join us every Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. for Sensory Sundays. We dim the lights and turn off the music to create a calm, inclusive space designed specifically for our newer, diverse community. At Bouncy World, we fly high. From high-flying fun to inclusive play, we've got it all. Visit us at bouncyworldlv.com to book your party or check our open play hours. Bouncy World, jump into the fun today.
Keep your radio.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it. Yeah. Jones. Hey, Greg Deville was at it, man. Hey, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in. We here to help. Now tune in. We here to help. You wanna be a broker, you wanna be broke. You wanna be the joker, you wanna be the joker. You gotta bring more to the table than your hope, dreams, and wishing. I can feed you fish or I can take you out fishing. I can show you the vision, addition and division, mathematic equation. Make the money flip like an acrobatic, amazing. Greg Deville help you build the foundation. I'm saying, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in. We here to help. Now tune in. We here to help.
All right, Greg Deville, show you how to do it right here at Hot 702.5. Look, we're excited about today. Go Knights, go! But they lost last night. It's all right. We're gonna get them again, right? We're gonna do this. We're gonna make it happen. Listen, I'm so excited to be back with you. It's Wednesday afternoon, 12 o'clock, straight up on the dot. We are doing what we do. We talk real estate, wealth, and wealth building concepts. How you can create generational wealth through equity. It's important that you have your piece of the American pie. The American dream is home ownership. So if I were to ask you this question and you could honestly answer, do you own the space that your head lies every night? Do you own the space that, you live in? Is that your space, or are you paying rent or leasing? Because if you're leasing, and let's say you owned a home before, but you're leasing now, it's been like 3 or 4 years, you can use one of our programs because now you're considered a first-time buyer, which is great information because 3.5% down, and we can get that covered up to $25,000. So I want you to make sure you tell a friend, get a pen, Write it down. Tell somebody, get with me, 702-349-0162. Or you can go on all social platforms at Greg Deville, IG, Greg Deville, LV. We can contact one another and let's talk about the opportunities that are available. 10 years, everybody, 10 years. I'm going on my 11th year on radio now, doing what we do, loving what we do, having fun with what we do, staying in my lane. Right? Shout out to Miss Diane and Miss Juanita, Mr. Randolph. Wow. Miss Tate. Everybody's getting their keys. Miss Laura, she's selling hers and getting a new house. So isn't that great news? So everybody's coming together right now. Listen, it's not without challenge though. Certainly not without challenge. But let me say this to you to encourage you that you can be next. It could be your opportunity to get your keys to your own home. And watch this. Many people are getting it with no money down. Now, there are some of you out there that may be seniors or your grandparents or your grandmothers, and they were married to a veteran. There's a benefit because if they were married at the time of the demise of the veteran and they were still married, grandmother can get a house using dad's or granddad's VA benefits. So if you know someone out there who's married to a veteran and they're still receiving their benefits, they can still possibly reinstate that DD 214. Guess what? Get a home. So we want to help many of you with information. I believe information is power. Wouldn't you agree? So at the end of the day, this information is to help you to gain knowledge on creating generational wealth. This is what I do. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group, the owner of the largest black real estate firm in the state of Nevada with over 3 locations. We have had fun helping families. I've been in real estate over 45 years. I know I don't look that old, but I actually am, and I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. It's keeping everybody. I run into people all the time. And I was talking to a gentleman. I saw him the other day in the store, and he said, Deville, I've been having my house. He sold me 6 years ago. He said, I'm in a position. I just pulled some equity out, and I did a home equity line of credit. Now, when you own a home, those are opportunities that are afforded for you. Because as the home, you've been paying your payments. You're paying down the interest and the principal. 5 or 6 years down the road, you may have some equity there, right? Now, you can refinance it because as of right now, if many of you that may have gotten a 7-8%, we're down in the high 5s, low 6s now. So that's a good opportunity to do a home equity line of credit, pull some money, maybe do some upgrades that you've been considering. You've been excited to get those wood floors that all your friends got. And you've been trying to figure out, how can I get mine without touching the money that I live on? Well, simply using a home equity line of credit. So with the home equity line of credit, remember, you only pay back on what you use. Let's say you get $65,000 on that debit credit card. You only pay back what you use. So we like to recommend you use just what you want to do. Don't go on shopping sprees. I mean, again, you can, whatever you want. You're going to pay it back. However, let's be smart and not, accrue more debt, because you want to be able to go on trips. Am I right about it? You want to be able to take a trip, take a couple cruises throughout the year. You want to be able, I'm going to tell you what's real nice about having money in equity and in your home and on credit is that you can spontaneously get up and take a trip. That's good stuff. When you could just say, you know what, I think I'm going to go to Jamaica. And you go in there and you book the flight, and next thing you know, you're flying into Miami and you're cruising over Jamaica. But these are the type of opportunities that present in many cases. When you have homes, you can use your credit card. You can use your home equity. You get a line of credit. Just what you use, you pay that back. So if you decide to take a cruise, the weather's been really nice. I think I'm going to take a cruise. You have that opportunity. Now, sometimes when paying rent, again, you're not getting any equity from that. So you're not able to take that equity and do something that you enjoy doing. Sometimes we're living paycheck to paycheck. I can understand how that can be. Things are increasing, prices, groceries, gas, so many things are increasing. I've been seeing rent increasing. So for some of these houses that people are having to rent, $1,900 to $2,500 a month, well, those are pretty much mortgage payments. You can get a mortgage payment right at $2,700 a month, maybe a couple $100 more than what you're paying rent, but it's your home. So I always tell people, when you rent a house, don't go doing things around the house, talking about it's mine, I live here. Well, let me say this. When you leave, whatever you stick on the wall, you may damage the wall. So that comes out of your deposit. So if you know you're going to rent, draw a line in the sand, say, this is my last year that I want to rent, that I want to be a renter. I'm going to stop giving my money away. Because really, let me explain it this simple way. Renting is like putting cash money in a garbage disposal. And anything you put in the garbage disposal, when you turn the switch and the water on, it just destroys it. And so renting is just destroying your money because you get no ROI, no return on your investment. At least when you're paying a mortgage, right? Every month you're paying something on the principal, something on the interest. Now, let me say this for those of you who do own a home, that if you pay $150 to $200 additional a month, you can pay your home off in 15 years. Can you imagine living in your home with no payment? And let me add this one. Many of you have equity in your home. You can tap into that equity, watch this, to become an investor. We coined the phrase residual income. And what does that look like? Well, residual income means it's income that's coming, passive income. You don't have to do anything. It just passes through. And so as owning apartment buildings, duplex, not just a house. No, I'm not saying go buy another house. No, I'm saying investment properties. Many of you can get into commercial properties. Do you know the amount of money you make having commercial plaza? Have you ever thought about owning a commercial plaza and naming that plaza whatever it is you like? Deville Plaza Estate, Smith's Plaza, whatever your name is, but it's yours. And you're receiving income from every unit. Well, it can be that way in the real estate, in the rental world, as far as residential income. So you got commercial income, residential income, but it's termed residual income. So that's what we talk about on my show. It's a wealth building podcast where we talk about wealth building ideas. But let's start first getting our own house, right? If we can get our own house, that way you're starting to save right now. Now, many of you can get an apartment building could be your first house. So with the grant funds that are available, you can actually put it on a fourplex. Let's say you qualify for a home loan, $600,000, $700,000, $500,000, right? Now, you've got some equity in your home, so you're going to use that equity as a down payment. Let's say you take $200,000 out. So you're only qualifying, this apartment may cost you $600,000, but you're going to take $200,000 out of your property, your current home, and now you're only qualifying for $500,000 at the 5.75 interest rate, whatever the rate, 6%. But remember, the 4 units will now be covering the expense of the loan. So let's always think about how our money can make money, because that's what residual income does for us. Our money begins to make money for us. So while you're working at the post office or working at whatever it is you do, your money's still making money while you making money. Advantages are there. How many successful people that maybe you're not aware of that have investment properties? Means every month their money is making money that's just coming into that account. That's your money. And your home can do that for you while you live in your home. You're paying a mortgage anyway. You got to pay to live somewhere. So I'm mentioning to many of you who you qualify for a loan, you can use it with the no money down program to buy a fourplex. You have to live in one of the units for a minimum of 1 year. That means one Christmas tree, one Thanksgiving, dinner there. And guess what? Now you can rent that 1 unit out. And guess what? Now 4 units are paying an income. Now you can go purchase the home that you really want. Right now, maybe you can't qualify for what you really want, right? Not right now. I tell people your first home may not be your dream home, but it's your home. It's going to be yours that you can take opportunity to build some equity, pay it on time, pay a little bit extra every month, meaning so that extra payment that you're making, you're going to let your bank know before you make it that $200 is to be applied to the principal. So while you're applying it to the principal, that's bringing down that principal balance, okay? Which means now you have more room for equity. So if you make a promise to yourself to tackle that principal balance, which gives you more room. And in 3 years, you can take an equity loan. And now we're going to do something with it. We're not just going to just spend it frivolously. We're going to do something with it. Is that right? What would that look like? Something that creates residual income. Again, commercial real estate. Now, commercial real estate has a good price to it as well. Now, it may cost you $1.2 million or it may cost you $2 million. But guess what? The advantage to that is you can use the income from the rental units as capital to pay for that payment. Right? So every unit pays, and it pays for the principal of the property. Means what are you getting? You're getting an investment opportunity that you can pick which space is going to be a nail boutique, which space is going to be for hair salon, what space is going to be for food services. I know the big one that people like are smoke shops. Those are big ones people use. They're always generating business. There's a lot of different stores that can be put in there, and maybe that dream business that you really want to do, you can probably you could possibly get your unit for nothing, because all of the other units will be covering the principal payment. So those are ideas to think about. So again, you can reach me on all social platforms at Greg Deville, IG Greg Deville LV. Let's talk more about the opportunities, and that's simply using the equity in the home that you own. Because just think, the landlord who owns your home, he made an investment. He purchased a home. Many of those landlords once lived in those homes. And guess what they've done? They've built equity in those homes, created an equity. Then once they got that equity, they took the equity out, went and put it on another house. And guess what they do? They find a renter. Now, the thing that's on the counter at the bank, I was at the bank this morning, and there's a bowl sitting on the counter. On that bowl on the counter, there's some little candies in the bowl. Some of them come with a little stick on the end. In that bowl, and they call it a sucker. And so if you pay rent longer than 3 years, you're like that thing in a bowl on the counter. Especially when I'm giving you free information to tell you you can get it with no money down. You basically have to qualify. If you can simply qualify, guess what the opportunity for you is? You can have that property. Yes, you can. You can have that property with little to no money down. And so let's do that. Let's talk about how we can not continuing in being a sucker, giving another man my rent money from the sweat of my brow. I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta piss my clients off, make them mad, say, you know what, yeah, man, I've been paying that cat, and he ain't even done nothing, man. He sent these jackleg. I know a lady I had to help get some plumbing done, and the plumber they sent didn't even know what he was doing. Now, it just happened for me. I'm a plumber. I'm a handyman. I went over there and fixed it. I said, don't even call him no more, because you know what? He didn't even know I had to tell him what to do. So, some of these companies, they go out here and they hire just cheap help. They just need somebody to show up. They feel like showing up answers the call. It doesn't always answer the call, because the call is answered once it's improved, once that thing is fixed that I complained about. Is that right? Am I talking right? So let me say, at the end of the day, make a decision that you are no longer going to continue in the vein of giving away rent money and not getting anything for it. Yeah, you may have a nice house, but the possibility of the landlord selling that house one day, do you know how strong that is? Oh, I know you have good rent. Oh, my rent is good. I've been here a long time. I pay good rent. Do you know it costs him having you there? Did you know he realizes that you're paying $1,400, but he knows that he can get $2,100? So you know what they do sometimes? They say, you know what? I'm considering selling the place. Or here's one that I've seen happen before, is that, well, we're going to remodel the home, so we're going to have to ask you to relocate until we remodel the home, and then we're going to put it up for sale. And then you'll have the first right of refusal to purchase after that time. Well, guess what? If your credit is in order, you can't purchase that home once the improvements have been done. So what does that mean for you? That means you've got to get out, find another rental, find somewhere to live. And now rentals, they want 640, 650 FICO score. I told a guy, I can get a buyer for a 580. You want to rent at 640, 650? Listen, family, You can get a home with as low as a 580 credit score. I can get a veteran with a 560. Okay, let me just say. So if you're a veteran and you're renting right now, you can get your DD 214 reinstated. Guess what opportunity is available for you? Get another home. Now, again, remember, based on your income, how much you qualify for. Now, if you make that work based on your income, if you make it work, you may have to stay there for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years, whatever, to build enough equity. But it's an investment. It's an investment because if you stay in that rental house 4, 5, 6 years, you don't have anything to draw from. The only thing you'll have in 6, 7 years renting is that deposit you paid 6, 7 years ago. But keep in mind, when you purchase a home 6, 7 years, you got equity. Why is that? Because you paid down the principal and you send an extra $150 every month on the principal. So rather than 30-year pay the mortgage, you could pay it in 15 years, depending on how much you're willing to sacrifice additionally on top of the payment. So keep that in mind. If you pay it down, say, man, I'm going to pay $150, $200 additional a month, which will buy down my principal. Within 4 years, I'll be here. If you lay it out, right, lay out a game plan. And with your game plan, the advantage to a game plan is we can win the game. In the fourth quarter, they have 2 timeouts left. What are they doing? Coming up with a game plan. How are we going to win in this last 30 seconds? How are we going to do it? What's the game plan? What's the strategy? You have to have a strategy in your life. I've written a book, The Journey into Entrepreneurship and Success. It's strategy moves. It's a motivational workbook, how to get yourself positionally ready and to stay encouraged even through the down times. Because there are times that when you're going through life, man, you get those times like, I just don't know. Man, I've been in business 45 years. Do you know how many times I run into, I just don't know? I ran into a deal yesterday. I had to literally go pick the lady up and take her to the signing. Didn't have transportation. I couldn't afford to let it just sit there. Go pick them up. Sometimes you don't know what to do. You have to figure it out. Figure out how to make it work. Get suited and booted and show up. Did you know the biggest part of the battle is showing up? Show up, even with your job. Try not showing up a couple times and no call, no show. Yeah, your pink slip will be waiting right on your time card, right? But how long do we keep paying into everybody else? You got a dream and a vision to be an entrepreneur. When do you begin to push toward your dream? I don't care if you're starting part-time after work. On the weekends when you're not working. You eat, dream, and sleep your vision of entrepreneurship. My book, The Journey into Entrepreneurship. What does it even look like? Where do I start? Let me give you some ideas. I've written 18 chapters in this workbook, this apply and reflect and apply workbook to help you get some focus on how to become an entrepreneur, how to become successful. And then there's a portion in there where it talks about maintaining success when we talk about financial literacy. Because some of my crazy ideas didn't work so well. So let me show you some pitfalls to avoid, because I'm 45 years entrepreneur. It's really all I know. Now, to somebody, they say, man, I go quit and go get a job for some of the things I've had to face, some of the challenges. But guess what? It's a challenge getting up every day to be at work on time, too. Right? That's a real challenge sometimes. Sometimes my appointments can't begin before 10 o'clock. I'm just not that guy. You tell me to get up at 6 in the morning? Oh, no. I'm going to try. Now, it's funny. That's weird because if I want to go fishing, I can get up at 4. Because that's really what I want to do. But get up to go to do somebody's job? I quit the last job I did have in 2001. They told me I had to be there at 6, take a break at 10:30, lunch at 1, and I'm off at 2:30. I did that for about 3 weeks. Got the paycheck, but it didn't work for me. I'm an entrepreneur. It's all in my DNA. I didn't know how to be on time. In fact, I was working when he said, Deville, break time. I said, break for what? He said, OSHA law. You got to take a break. I said, bro, ain't no break. Is OSHA here? But that's how I've rolled for all those years as an entrepreneur. I'm used to getting the job done. Whatever it takes, we getting this done. In fact, my friends laugh at me because I can take energy, Monster and some peanuts, man, I can keep going. They like, Deville, we got to have lunch, bro. Well, y'all go and get lunch, man. Y'all do what you do. I'm still, because I love what I do. It's nothing like loving what you do. And that's why I wrote the book, is to encourage people, go after the thing that you love. Whatever that might be. Doing nails might be a passion of yours. Cutting hair, somebody only can imagine somebody coming in there and leaving out with that right fade, right? Shout out to my boy Twix, fade them all, right? And all the barbers, man, all you guys, Jerry over there at Close Cuts, my personal barber. You know, listen, I've been with Jerry for 20 years. Same chair, same shop, but we talk different talk. We talk, and he and I have in common real estate. We buy and flip homes. Have you ever dreamed of buying and flipping homes? I actually have a training on that. You want more information? Let's talk about it. Now, you will need to have some money set aside, or you can use the equity in your home. That's the advantage to having real estate, is using the equity in your home to develop a stream of income. Now, many people aren't very handy or have the skills or the wherewithal on how to do certain things. But the advantage in my group is that we have the drywallers. Now, I do most of my own work, but there are some parts of it now that I'd rather sub out. Now, I'm a plumber by trade, but I'm a handyman by skill. But there's some things I just don't want to do anymore. I don't want to do any more tile. I don't want to do any more wood flooring. But guess what? I got Bobby the tile man. I don't want to do no electrical. I got Victor the electrician, right? I don't want to do any more painting. I call Juan, right? I got somebody for everything. Window replacement, I don't want to push no more putty on the window. I call Byron my glass guy. All City Glass. That's right. Look him up. You need glass service, All City Glass. Give Byron a call. Then I got Byron. Now, I'm a plumber, but I got another Byron. He's plumber. You know, was the Roto-Rooter man. But call him. He, you know, I don't do service calls anymore. I really just kind of work for myself and just particular jobs. But I have people that can. If you got a plumbing problem, guess what? We're going to call Byron. He's going to come by and unclog or whatever it needs. I've learned to have a great network. And so when you want to build a team to, let's say, flipping properties, you need a great team, because no man's an island. You have to have someone to help accomplish. But if you have the money, you could pay to have it done. But while they're doing it, why don't you learn some strategies and techniques so next time, your next flip, you could save a little more money. Maybe this job, you could paint it yourself. Once the drywallers come in and drywall, mud, tape, and texture, then you see how the painting goes. Or maybe you already know you can go in there and save that $1,500, $1,800, $2,000, right? And pay yourself. Now, remember, when you're in business and you have this side bit, you got to pay yourself. Because when you get that 1099, you got to make sure that you have paid yourself in all that you do. So there's a lot of education in this piece today that I would love to talk more with you about. But you got to reach out to me. I mean, I know many of you have heard me. I've been 10 years, going on my 11th year on radio, social platform. This is what I do. I enjoy it. I have fun educating people. Shout out to Congressman Stephen Horsford, who just acknowledged the special congressional recognition for my community give back. You know what I do? I pay this out of pocket to encourage and to uplift and to inform the community. It's not free advertising. It's not a free airspace. I pay monthly for this. And one of my other local radio shows that I do is to help empower the community. Although I do get paid well, but I don't do it for the pay. I do it for the passion. You feel me? I got passion in this. I love when somebody say, Deville, I need to sell a home. Now, let me say this before I prepare to close. There's a time when we may have lost a loved one and they did own a home. And we want to know, what do we do? They had a will. Well, with having a will, you still cannot avoid probate. Probate is a court where the judge makes the final decision on anything owned by the deceased. So we're just closing out this week on a deceased probate matter. Now, if you can save, your mom or dad is still around, do a favor. Talk about the living trust, because the living trust will avoid the court costs, attorney costs, realtor costs. If you get the living trust, the trust gives the order of the person that passed away of what their wishes are. Or here's another one you can do. If you're in your mom or your dad, have them put you on title. Go down to the recorder. Let them quit claim you on the title. If you're the responsible one, they say, baby, I want you to handle the affairs of the family of my home. Then get a quit claim deed, put you on title. So at the demise of your loved one, you're on title for the house. Now you can decide if you want to go ahead and refinance, well, not refinance, but purchase that home. Your name's there, but your name is not on the financing loan part, but it's on the property. But you have to purchase the home. If you want to purchase the home, you have the option. But that can avoid having court costs with having probate. So these are the kind of things that you need more information. Now, there are times when if your mom owns a house or your dad, talk to them about looking into what they call this reverse mortgage. So they have equity in their home. That's a great benefit to our seniors where they're paying a mortgage. Well, guess what? They have enough equity in the home that they can get paid every month from their own equity. Sometimes our seniors are living paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes it's just not enough. So talk about them, about the reverse mortgage. Now, I'm not a lender, but I'm giving you information of things that are available to the community that maybe you heard about it, it just didn't stick at the time. And so let me reiterate to you the reverse mortgage, the living trust. Now, on Charleston and Valley View, there's legal forms. And you can go in there and get the revocable or irrevocable living trust, fill it out with your parents, and then you have to have it notarized. And then you go file it at the county recorder's office. It is now a legal document that at the time of one of the family members passing away that own that property, the living trust gives what the order would be. And it could pass down to the children or to the single, however they want to do it. Give it to the church, whatever their wishes are. But the will, we have put so much on the will, and not knowing the will put you in court. The will make you have to pay an attorney. The will make you have to have a realtor. Those are all the problems with the will. So if you will not, please just do a will, but do a living trust, which now you avoid all those costs that have to be paid. And you know, it's not paid before the courts. It's paid after the courts because many times you have to sell the house. Now, if one of the family members want to buy the house, they have the right to do so. It still has to go to the court for final approval. That's what happens with the will. But the living trust, okay, let's be clear. The living trust is what you want to have. So for more information, reach out. I'm going to set you up with my good attorney friend, Josh Igiliki Jr., okay? And he's a lawyer, real estate. He can get you the information that you need, put you in the right track. Okay, so if you're dealing with anyone that passed away, you got to prepare for probate. You need to look at they passed, they had a reverse mortgage. We can help you with all those kind of sales and get those things done. You know, I've been in business over 40 years. I've been in business 25 years here in Vegas. I've lived here 25 years, 20 years in the real estate here in Vegas. So I hope there was something I said today that would encourage you to reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. Let's talk about the different things that I did speak on today that possibly you need some more assistance on, that I can kind of guide you in the right direction, help you get where you need to go. Okay. So again, I'm Greg Deville, the broker owner at Deville Realty Group. We want to continue to empower and enlighten the community with great information on how to build your wealth. The Wealth Builder Talk Show with Greg Deville is helping you to create generational wealth, something you can leave, because it's not what you leave to a man, but it's what you leave in a man. And I want to leave something great within you is get that living trust, own some real estate, get some residual income, get some stocks, have some bonds, take some trips, enjoy life. Don't just work and go home and do the simple things. No, do something grand for yourself. You work too hard to just live and buy stuff. Take a trip, take a ride. Go get an oil change, check the tires, check the fan belts, make sure everything is serviced well. And guess what? Go take a trip. Go get a cabin in Mount Charleston. Enjoy the last of the snow because we're about to melt. Vegas is going to be hot. This weekend, in fact, is going to be great. It's going to be great. The weather for us boaters, it's our time to get on the jet skis. So whatever you enjoy, can I ask you, ma'am, sir, brother, sister, can you enjoy, man? Don't stress all the time. Enjoy. The football season over, so what are you going to do? Find something else to get into. Maybe basketball, not your thing. Maybe hockey's not your thing. Maybe baseball is not your thing. The Olympics just got done. So what else we got right now? But listen, all that to go on and say, enjoy life, man. Have fun. Get some residual income. Own some real estate. And if you want to do all of that, get with me, Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group, 702-349-0162 on all social platforms. Greg Deville. And if you can't reach me, call Google. She'll connect you. Until I talk to you next time, Las Vegas, may God's best be yours. Take care.
Jones, hey, Greg Deville was at it, man, hey. If you want the real, holla at Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in, we here to help. Now tune in, we here to help. You wanna be a broker, you wanna be broke. You wanna be the joker, you wanna be the joker. You gotta bring more to the table than your hope, dreams and wishing. I can feed you fish or I can take you out fishing. I can show you the vision, addition and division, mathematic equation. Make the money flip like an acrobatic, amazing. Greg Deville help you build the foundation. I'm saying, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in, we here to help. Now tune in, we here to help.